In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. Members of unions here in Texas hosted a rally in downtown Austin to support workers and protest big money in national politics. Kelsey Sanchez explains.
Are you fascists bound to lose?
From songs
Are you fascists bound
to speeches.
When one working person could not just provide enough for their family to thrive, not just survive.
Austinites celebrating Labor Day with a day of action. A rally hosted by local union groups sending a message to stop what they call a billionaire takeover. They're calling out President Trump and billionaires like Tesla CEO Elon Musk, who they say are benefiting from changes to federal laws.
This is the message: money out of politics and power to the people.
We're people who have had a great run and who have enjoyed great freedom and great policies. Young people have a lot more at stake than we do.
Dozens of people started here at City Hall rallying against a number of issues: wages, immigration, and the Trump administration. And then they took their message to the streets with a march.
Last week, the White House released a proclamation on Labor Day and said in part, "This Labor Day, we renew our pledge to protect American jobs and defend the dignity of American labor, and we proudly acknowledge the vital role that our workers play in our past, present, and glorious American future." As this group rallies for workers, they also called on government officials to stop what they call attacks on immigrants and the transgender community and protect funding for Medicaid, schools, and housing.
Things are kind of hard right now. A lot of people in the trans community, the immigrant community are really scared and don't really know what's going to happen.
Mandy Kenyon came out to support her child, 10-year-old Wynn, who is part of the transgender community.
I want my friends and other people who are scared to be able to come out and not be worried about what's going to happen to them.
So as these groups rally for change, they say this day of action ended with a message of hope. In downtown Austin, Kelsey Sanchez, KVUE News.
The Williamson County Sheriff's Office is sharing more details about a deadly shooting near Round Rock Sunday night. This happened at a home on Chandler Point Loop. The Sheriff's Office believes a juvenile shot a family member. Deputies tried saving the victim, but that person died at the scene. The Sheriff's Office will not release the name of the shooting suspect since the person is under 18, and they've not released the victim's name either. A federal investigation is underway after a helicopter crash in Hays County. It happened at around 10 o'clock Sunday night on private property off Fearless Treadway near Round Mountain. Hays County Judge Ruben Becerra shared these two photos of the crash site this morning, showing some of the wreckage there. According to the FAA, 3 people were on board. They all had minor injuries. FAA investigators are now looking into what caused the crash, along with the Texas Department of Public Safety. Texans can no longer buy vapes with THC or other cannabis substances. A bill state lawmakers passed earlier this year took effect Monday. Adam Bennett shows us lawmakers are still weighing whether to ban all consumable THC products.
As people and pets celebrated Labor Day at Zilker Park, just down the street at Doobie's, owner Anthony Vasquez was mourning the holiday.
For roughly $700 probably a day in business and sales, and now it's gone.
This shelf was where he kept his THC vape pens until Monday. Senate Bill 2024, passed by state lawmakers during the regular session, now bans businesses from selling vapes that contain THC or any other substances made with hemp, like Delta 8. The law also limits which nicotine vape pens can be sold, hurting Vasquez's bottom line.
It counts for at least a quarter of my business.
And surprising customers during our interview.
This is what I've been talking about. Everybody is just completely unaware.
Supporters of the law say they're trying to keep these products away from teens. Opponents say the ban hurts responsible adults who use THC to relieve pain and other ailments. Banning all THC products is still a priority for Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick in this second special session, while Governor Greg Abbott has called for regulation.
But apparently the governor's office still wants to legalize more THC products.
Patrick's Senate chamber passed a ban last month. The House has yet to act. KVUE spoke with State Representative Donna Howard of Austin last week.
I know there is still talk about something, maybe some agreements being made and something coming to the floor this next week, but we're running out of time.
Also last week, a reporter asked Governor Abbott what has to pass to avoid a third special session.
Until I see a district that's carved out for you, the session will not end.
Back in South Austin, Anthony Vasquez is watching.
Since he vetoed it the first time, I'm really counting the second time he does the same thing.
To see whether a wider THC ban will die in the dog days of summer.
Hayes CISD says a bus driver resigned after nearly colliding with a train in Kyle. Jessica Cha shows us what happened and how people in town are reacting now.
At a busy intersection for cars and trains coming into downtown Kyle.
I would say at least once an hour there's a train coming through.
Sometimes things can get off track or very nearly on them. In footage caught on the City of Kyle's live streaming camera last Tuesday morning, a Hayes CISD bus was seen stopping right before the train tracks in downtown, but a little too far into the intersection. The crossing arms came down on the hood, and the bus managed to back up just before the train rushed by.
And this close call was just one of several recent incidents involving a Hayes CISD bus. Early last week, a Hayes CISD bus fell into a sinkhole, and last year, a Hayes CISD bus was involved in a crash that left one student dead.
A lot of these aren't the bus driver's faults, but unfortunately, it is not good press for the bus drivers.
Laura Ramirez-Mann has kids in Hayes CISD, so she says these incidents concern her, but so do the other drivers on the road.
The railroad crossing is so close to the light at the intersection for the frontage road, traffic backs up very quickly, and I will say drivers in this area do get quite aggressive.
Trying to drive safely while keeping track of kids, she says, can put a lot of pressure on bus drivers.
We need to just be a little more slow, a little more patient, and a little more understanding, and just focus more on safety of our children and bus drivers.
We reached out to Hayes CISD, and in an email, a spokesperson told us that there was no damage to the bus and no kids on board at the time, and the driver involved has since resigned. In Kyle, Jessica Cha, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.